going to be my response video to Paris Mullen. She's a YouTuber with a bigger following than me. I don't promote myself that much, and I'm inconsistent with my videos and time. So I really want to do this video because I like to do these vids. I enjoy doing them, and I like to do Google Hangouts. And she constantly talks about, or at least from what I can see, she talks about other things. Maybe she has a black female following. And I'm doing a video because it's a topic that I know pretty well. And I've talked to other black men about this, is why black men date interracially. And you're not seeing my face right now because I got hurt at work, so I have a big bump on my face. So just listen to the audio, you know. But the topic is a response video to why black men date white women or non-black females, and also I just want to explain. My name is Freddie. I grew up in the big area. I grew up in the suburbs. I wasn't around a lot of black people socially. I was one of those guys who was socially awkward, wasn't really accepted amongst the black community, didn't really fit in socially. So a lot of my friends were white growing up. And because of this, many black people around me I didn't really get along with. So I felt abandoned and didn't feel like I got a lack of respect and camaraderie from black people. So I looked to white people. So basically, my respect, approval, and camaraderie came from anyone but black, because I felt that I didn't get it as a kid. I get it now, but I mean, as a kid growing up, this is what caused me to hate black people, because I felt like they abandoned me, never accepted me, never respected me. This is when I was growing up as a child. I'm 33 now. Black people and also I thought I was better than black. Compliments as a child, and even as a young adult now, I still get those compliments like, "Oh, you're different. You're different from other black people." And I had to realize that I'm not better than black people, and I shouldn't look down on them, and I should understand why I got the treatment I did, because on my part, I kind of played a part in it, because I neglected and denied them to get to know me. So I had to reach out to a lot of other black people, listen to them, and really be conscious, you know. And I'm not like that anymore, but I'm just explaining a little bit of my background. But the topic I wanted to get in today is why black men date other races of women. And I have 6 main reasons what I think that black men date white women and non-black women. I have a list of 6, and I'm going to explain them because I feel like, as a black man who has dated outside of his race and has dated within, and knowing the ins and outs, I think that my insight and perspective is very relevant, and no black man even bothers to think about it, because I don't even think they really broke it down to the point where to have that type of insight to even explain these things, because black women are constantly asking the questions why. Black men are not even, I don't think they bother to articulate why, because they just don't care, or they're too busy hating you, or don't even think about it. And it centers around unresolved problems within themselves. It stems from unexplored issues as to why you hate black people, or why you hate black women, or why you just hate yourself in general. Number 1, black men, and this is a hard pill to swallow. I think, from what I can see, I live in California, so interracial dating is rampant here. Black men like black features on other races of women, or they just don't like it on you. And that goes due to a social engineering process of racism. We get visually bombarded with negative images of our ancestors, negative images of black women, negative images of black men. We get we constantly see on TV black men in interracial relationships. We don't see 2 brown skin or dark skinned black couples very much promoted, especially in 2018. I saw that there was more of that in the 90s and 80s. Now I don't even see it. I don't even watch TV anymore. I don't even barely see it on social media or movies. See, when you constantly get encouraged to the outside your race and you see negative images of black people, black women in particular, you will subconsciously favor something else. They don't, that is a hard pill to swallow. And it doesn't, and you might say self-hatred, but the thing is, we all do not manifest or develop the same types of hatred for each other because we're always, at least consciously, or even verbally said, I hate black features. I hate dark skin. I've never said that, but it will manifest and translate through the mind visually in real world application is you will just like something else or like certain your features on other people, or maybe you'll date a woman. She's black, but she's kind of something else too. You know, damn fly. Okay. And number two, since we're trying to get sex, I already know this. Black men understand. They know that other races of women like. They know that other races of women like black men, and we take advantage of that. That's kind of the extension of number two. Since other women are these days having curve and body and styling their hair, kind of look all ethnic. That is that's because again, because I've noticed a lot. Every time I used to work up in the retail business, I would see black women, or I would see black mixed children, and I look at the mom, and I'll be like, oh, now I understand. That girl has hips, booty, has a unique look to her because she kind of mixed like black and white, or she got a little curvy body, whatever. And I'm like, bruh, you didn't drift away from a black woman too much. Well, you did. I should take that back. But you're dating women features, whether it be maybe a tan, or she has curly hair, or it's kind of bushy a little bit because you might be some mixture there, or she'll have ass and titties, or built like a black woman, a little bit, hips, a little bit, maybe not on point, but a little bit. And yeah, and number three, and this is something that could be said for some brothers, is there is a lack of a black female presence. Because you gotta understand, it's not all of us maybe had our mother, or maybe it was just too many black women. No, are liking girls. You get to the age you like girls, and if there's not a lot of black girls around, then you'll end up liking something. And no, it was like white, Asian, Hispanic girls all the time. That wasn't, so you don't want too many black people there. So us growing up, and I'll get to the end of this. What else? You could have even if there was black females in your lives, you had abundance of them. Sometimes, from what I hear these little boys talk, there's two black girls who had little sons, and both of their little sons were telling me, actually three of them, they said, I don't like black girls. Because you got to understand, when and this falls, I guess, maybe under the so-called attitude. See, when black women are raising your daughters, these boys are seeing these black girls and interacting with them. You'd be like, oh, they might be too mean, too unattractive, or they just don't like their presence. These black boys are growing up, and I don't know where these brothers are getting it from, but black boys growing up into men, they are seeing and interacting with these black girls. They're seeing how their sisters are. They're seeing how their grandma is. They're seeing how the girls that they interact with. And it's almost to say, I want to say, you might be like grooming your daughter to be unattractive to black men. I want to say that. So the boys are growing this up, and they're like, I don't want to be black girls. And that goes hand in circle with when you like girls, you're not gonna like the black ones. You're gonna like everybody else, or you're gonna like light skinned black girls. You know, because colorism is play a heavy role in it. And what happened? And whenever I talk to black people and hear talk about something happened to them as a child or a teenager, to where their daddy, their 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 sister, where they got treated like shit, and subconsciously someone in their family might not have always been the mother or the sister, but might have been a black man that put in your head, don't be with the sister, because he would always see this. I know one guy, the only reason why he dated white girls was because his mother told him not to. I mean, his mother told him don't. His self-hating black mother told her mixed black son, do not date black women. Now that's some self-hating ass shit right there. But you having childhood trauma and a lack of a presence in a black female presence, or a lack of not having the right black people in your life, can cause you to go look for it somewhere else. And the last one at 6 is the major one, which I've noticed is, I know, and I wonder if other black men sense this, is I know there's a lack of respect that you have for us. And some of it's understandable, I will admit, and some of it is not understandable. Because out of all these reasons that I have to understand generational slavery trauma that's done from. There are just some reasons for which I think, and the only reason why I make this video is because I swore that I would never make this video again, which I think I'm gonna make a part 2 of this, the so-called attitude. I feel like it needs to be said because black men don't explain this shit. And before I end this video, if you ever hear a black man say, I'm not really, I have standards, or he gives you bullshit ass excuses why he dates, I just gave you some of the real reasons why. A lot of this shit has to do with development and growing up from a boy to a man. But again, summarize, from what I think anyway, black men subconsciously, there's self-loathing, self-hatred due to they like black features, the black woman features, but they just don't like it on you. I know that other races of women like black men, so they take advantage of it, and this gives you competition. Lack of a black female presence, or a black presence in general. You have bad experiences with black people in general. Childhood trauma, that means someone who hurt you, someone encouraged you not to date within the race, or maybe another black female mistreated you a little bit too many times. And knowing that there's a lack of respect for black men. And let me really touch on number 6. I do know why some of the reasons you may not have had a good black male role model. You may not have seen it. You might have a lot of it done to you. So that will come as a knee-jerk reaction. And because of, I know, the lack of respect that you have for us for some justifiable reasons, I know, and some are not justified. Which I have to dig in that one. But I can, more of the understandable ones where the lack of respect is. So if black men, and I feel if they do know that there's a lack of respect amongst black men, they're going to go look for it somewhere else. I know the opposite is also true too. Kristen Carrison has a whole following of it. But I'm going to end this and make a part 2. But I do want to say one thing. I know I said it, but I want to say the reason why I even bother to make this video is because my goal is to reach as many black people and have them deal with why they hate themselves, why black people hate each other, so they can resolve their issues. and take it one at a time. And the first thing is to acknowledge that you have these problems. My problems were I had a superiority complex better than black people, and I was mad at black people for never socially accepting me. So I shunned them like they shunned me. Let me make a part two about the so-called attitude, because that needs to be fully explained. I'm going to sign off right now, and I'll make another one. Catch me next vid.